Like a bad check, I'm back. So, as you know, you have this morning the most amazing array of speakers, all of whom have the most fantastic resumes, and nobody gets much of an introduction. So Kim's not going to get much of one either, but I've been asked to introduce Kimberly Inez Mcguire, and I think what I want to say about Kim, and you can read her bio. She graduated from Hampshire in 2006. So in 2006, if you were here, you would have seen her in the CLIP student group organizing this conference. And I was thinking about when Casey said that she was honored to be here and into the future. And Kim really represents that into the future. And it's the most remarkable thing as people who work here in CLIP and teach here. Kimberly was a student of mine. To see that really somebody who is your student is really your teacher and your mentor. So please welcome Kimberly.
Hashtag feelings. Wow. Okay. Way to start it off with already the crying. Okay. Good morning. You all look amazing out there. This is the second time that I've been on the stage for the Saturday morning plenary, and the first was nearly 10 years ago. And I feel deeply honored to share this stage and this space with so many leaders, healers, artists, activists, colleagues, and friends. My first CLIP conference was in 2003. As a first-year student at Hampshire College, I was still finding myself as an activist and as a feminist, and I just learned the words reproductive justice. I would not have guessed then that nearly a decade later, I would be devoting my life to this movement. Today, through my work at the National Latina Institute for Reproductive Health, I advocate for salud, dignidad y justicia for Latinas, our families, and our communities. Bravo. Alongside our poderosa activists across the country, we are successfully fighting back against anti-immigrant policies, anti-choice policies, anti-family policies. We are training and empowering young moms and Latinas of all ages to be leaders in their own communities. We are educating and empowering, and we're educating Latinas about their health and their power, and we are advancing a progressive, proactive, inclusive vision for reproductive justice without hesitation, compromise, or apology. When I'm not at the Latina Institute, I'm volunteering as a rape crisis counselor, raising money for my local abortion fund, Go DCAF, working on my doula certification, or simply talking about sex and health and abortion with anyone who'll listen, and some who'd rather not. Sometimes I feel this is hard work. Sometimes I feel like I'm spinning my wheels. Sometimes I feel like I can't see the finish line. But when we win the court case to get EC over the counter for all women like we did last week, or when we defeat the race and sex selective abortion bans that target women of color like we did last year, or when we stand before members of Congress and White House officials and say in no uncertain terms that immigration reform that leaves women behind, immigration reform that leaves our queer and trans brothers and sisters behind, our low income, our marginalized, our criminalized communities behind, when immigration reform puts prisons over people, that is not reform that we need or want, and they can keep it. And when I say that, well, then I feel a little like a superhero. And I see a lot of superheroes in this audience today. And as any comic book nerd will tell you, every superhero has an origin story. The narrative of how they came to do and say and be the things that define them. My superhero origin story starts here at CLIP. I joined the student group in 2002, and for the next 4 years, my experiences with the staff, the students, and this conference, these experiences would transform my life and shape who I am today. Through working on the conference, I pushed my own limits, question my assumptions, and learn to embrace the joy, struggle, responsibility, and exquisite honor that it is to do this work. Through CLIP's RASP Reproductive Justice Internship Program, I had the opportunity and resources to translate these skills into policy and organizing, and I was able to form connections with leaders that are still mentors to me all these years later. Thanks to Marlene's fierce leadership and guidance and love, and the unwavering support and dedication of the staff, so many of us emerged from our years as CLIP students ready to take on the world. And even if this is your first conference, I can guarantee that a single weekend will change you. As a woman, as a Latina, as a pansexual, as a biracial person, as an ally, agitator, artist, and survivor, this space is one of the very few where I can be and be whole. CLIP dares to be inclusive, to be imperfect, to stretch its mindfulness, and to invite every one of us to do the same. The space that opens here and the people I meet are gifts I carry with me when I leave, and I'm reminded of whenever I return. And today, I am asking you to help to ensure that this organization, this work, and this conference continue to serve as a place of learning and inspiration for all who find their way here. The name of this conference, as the banner says, from abortion rights to social justice, building the movement for reproductive freedom, and I gotta say, freedom isn't free. This conference cost over $100,000 to put on, and that does not count the over 60 people who spend months organizing and planning and then work around the clock for free to put it together. How many conferences do you know that provide childcare and amazing food and travel stipends and this caliber of speakers and presenters and then doesn't ask you to pay a single dollar unless you're able? If you've already learned something this weekend that you didn't know before, if you were moved by the stories you heard last night at the Abortion Speak Out or by the incredible words of the sisters up here on the stage, if you've met people here who touched your heart, we need your support. We are passing baskets now, cue basket passers, so that you will have an opportunity to show that you believe in what we're doing here and that you're able to put your resources behind it. Whether you can give $1 or $50 or $500, please take a moment, open your heart, open your wallet. Everyone can give something. Take a moment to invest in CLIP. At Latina Institute, we often tell the story about how when Cesar Chavez was organizing farm workers, he asked every single person to give $2 to join the group. And these were folks who were struggling to make ends meet. But it was important to show where you stood. And even with $2, whatever you can give today, please show us where you stand and stand with us. I want to thank every single one of you for giving back to this community, as I have no doubt in my heart and my soul that it has given so much to all of us. Thank you.